This has got to be the ugliest PDF I have ever seen. I can't believe I gave my email for this. What's up guys, Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur, and in this quick video tutorial I'm going to be walking you through how to take your PDF opt-in offers to the next level using some basic Canva designs. Look, when someone opts into your list, it's really important that you start the value delivery off at the highest level possible. This is where they are judging you the hardest on your content and the level of quality of your content. So if you just have a plain Jane Word doc that you send with the 10 tips versus what we're going to talk about in this video, the perceived value of a plain Word document versus what we're going to do in this video is astronomically different. And it's important to put your best foot forward because someone's just opted into your list. They're deciding whether or not they should listen to you and whether or not your stuff is good, like worth their time. So with that, we're going to go ahead, dive into my screen, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples of what I've done in the past with some of those ugly PDFs, right? And then how I've upgraded them and changed them to really take them to the next level, to not make it look like just I typed up a random Word document and then asked for a name and email for it. So with that, let's go ahead, dive right in.
Okay, and we'll kick things off with what not to do. Now, I'm sure your designs will be much better, much better than this, but this is something I'd pulled out of the archives way back from 2015. Was one of the first lead magnets I created, and it was essentially a quick guide on how to write ads for Bing ads and Google AdWords. You realize like this is super old, like I really dug into the archives. So we've come a long way since then, but just wanted to show you, the feeling that your prospects could get. You look at this and go like, wow, this is so old and archaic. Or wow, this isn't really all that well put together. Look at this. This is all formatted incorrectly. So we definitely don't want our prospects having that experience when they first opt in to our list, right? So what we want to do now is take our design to the next level. And I think one of the things that comes with creating your designs and bringing your, opt-in offers to the next level is making them clean and simple. You notice here, there's not a whole lot of graphics. This is a cover for the new version of what I just showed you. You could tell mountains and mountains better, but you can see the ad copy formula, generate leads for your business. The focus is on the text and there's a nice background, and that's it. I don't try and have this super long headline. I don't try and get any fancy graphics. Plain and simple to the point really does work because people are opting in for the information. You're just making the information pretty and easy to read. So the two formats I recommend in Canva are presentation and US Letterhead. Most of the time I use one of these two presentation formats because I don't really expect them to actually print it out or download it. And if they do, then both of these format pretty well with printing them out as PDFs. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into one example here. This is a case study in part of my pitch deck. So this isn't exactly an opt-in offer, but this is just a great example of what you can do with Canva and my recommended design style. And that is be very graphic or picture intensive, where half of it is a picture or graphic, and then just have the 20% of text that you need, right? 80-20 your presentation, 80-20 your opt-in offer, because people want the information nice and quick. They don't want to be reading paragraphs of text like I showed you in the first one. Like I would actually cut out 90% of what was in that guide and just focus on the 20% I thought would bring them the most value. So in this particular instance, if you're doing like something like a pitch deck and you're demonstrating your value, quick, here's the situation, here's the solution we did, here's the great results, done, right? That's it. So it's nice and simple. And you can see the design is also very simple, whereas I have an image on the left and then some text on the right. It's just like a PowerPoint. We don't need any graphics that are from the early 90s, right? It's very simple to put together. So now let's go to an actual opt-in offer here. So you can see here, again, I'm a very big proponent of clean designs. And what's nice about Canva is you can actually swipe designs that they already have done for you. And you can see that their designs are very clean as well. It's not text intensive. One of the great things that you want to focus on with your opt-in offers is making sure that people actually consume it, right? Because the more information they consume from you, the easier it is to sell them in the future, right? You need them to consume the content so that they can see the value that you deliver, the value that you can provide. So here's another example. You'll notice I use the same images over and over again. When I find an image I like, I just keep using it. So you probably recognize that from the ad copy formula. And then one of the things to do inside of your design is break up the text as much as possible. So I actually have one subject per page. So a great tactic to take with your opt-in offers is to have them action-oriented. So I'll have a very, very brief description of the concept or the principle, and then I'll jump right into fill in the blank or answer some questions. And you'll see there's a lot of space here because I want them to focus on the text. And then I have a little graphic here on the side, put your logo at the bottom, and then the title up top. I just took a square element and put it off to the side right here to just give it a nice clean look and feel. Feel free to literally just copy and paste this with your own colors, right? And so you'll come down here. Here's one that's a fill in the blank, right? It's very, very simple, very, very clean. I'm going to scroll down a little bit faster. And here's another example here where you have a quick description, you have 2 examples, and then you have graphics and images included as well. So what I like to do is have 50% of the slides. This is a poor example here, but 50% of them have graphics and images to really cut up the text because I really want people to scroll through it. I mean, even if they just scroll through it, right? It's very easy to scroll through. Even if they just scroll through it, at least they get to the bottom of whatever it is, right? And there's actually multiple in here. I have a lot. You can see that I just have the same format. So here's an example of a fill in the blank. And again, just find a simple format. You can go over here to the different layouts that they have. Make sure you're always choosing the free ones, by the way, and you can just change it to whatever you need. Like I copied and pasted a lot of these different templates here and just chose them for what I need. But this is a great, great way to really spruce up and take your opt-in offers to the next level. There's really not a lot of rocket science here. Like this isn't an in-depth, tutorial on graphic design because really all you have is text. There's only 5 sentences on this particular page, but you know what? The focus is on the 2 graphics, and it clearly shows that a lot of time was put into it because you're not asking people to read a giant paragraph of text, right? It's very simple, to the point, and it has a nice, clean, modern design and look to it. So I highly recommend you either use a design like the one I'm showing here, or you go over to the side here and look at all of the designs Canva has for you. It definitely doesn't take a lot of time to really take your opt-in offers to the next level.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative and actionable. If you got some value out of it, go ahead and hit that like button and then subscribe for more marketing tips and tricks just like this one. Over on my channel, I'm going from A to Z and everything in between on what it takes to put together an online business from scratch. And of course, getting people to opt into your list and actually be happy they did is just a small piece of the bigger picture of building a business. So I encourage you to join myself and other aspiring entrepreneurs on this crazy journey of building a business from nothing. So until the next video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment below if you have any questions, and of course, keep building the business you love. Take care.